Okay, so good day everyone. These are for my students under ENS 161, Statics of Rigid Bodies. So in our previous discussions, we talked about force system resultants. So this is our PowerPoint slides for force system resultants. And we actually ended up in reduction to a wrench. Okay, so this one. So the next topic actually under pa rin sa chapter 4 force system resultants is reduction of a simple distributed loading. Okay, reduction of a simple distributed loading. So what is a distributed loading? No? Kasi if you have observed, in our previous examples, we are all dealing with concentrated forces, no? You have F1, F2, lahat sila concentrated forces. Now, example of concentrated forces, this one, yung normal reaction ng ground to the tires of a car. And another example is if you have a rope and someone is walking, no, on that rope. So the weight of that someone could be considered as a concentrated load. So if dalawa sila, so we have F1 and F2. Now, kung ang pag-usapan natin is distributed loading, so from the word itself, yung force natin is distributed over an area. Distributed over an area. And in reality, any force applied on a body is actually distributed over an area, no? They're actually distributed loadings. But ang nangyayari, we are simplifying or minomodel natin yung mga forces na yon as a concentrated force kapag the area of contact is relatively small and the simplification does not affect the external effects. That is yung deformation. Does not affect the external effects. In many cases, however, a continuous distribution of forces on a body should be considered. So a continuously distributed external force is referred to as a distributed load. So for example is what we see here. Meron tayong pile of snow on a roof. Now this pile of snow, yung weight niya is actually distributed over the area of the roof. Tama? So this is the area of the roof. There is a pile of snow over it. So the weight of the snow is distributed over the area of this roof. Another example is if we have a box placed on top of a table. So we have here this box which has a dimension of A and B. So meron siyang force na ina-apply on the contact force between the box and the table. And in this case, uniformly distributed over this area. So this is what we call a uniform uniformly distributed load. Uniformly distributed load. So, distributed siya at the same time, yung intensity ng load natin at every point is constant. So, it's the same. Now, yung distributed loads natin may either be a pressure. So, may either be a pressure, and the pressure, yung units niya could be pounds per square inch, pound per square foot. We have Newton per square meter, or yung mga Pascal, Pascal, kilopascal. So, you've learned that in your physics. And, pwede rin na yung distributed load will be given as line load. That is, yung mga units will be Newton per meter, kilonewton per meter, no? So, it's a force per unit length. So, usually, if we are designing wide elements such as slabs, walls, no? We use pressure. To define our distributed loads kasi we are considering a large area, no? Such as yung mga slabs natin and walls. While ginagamit naman natin yung line loads if we are to design or analyze narrow elements like beams. So, yung beams natin, so meron siyang length pero the width is hindi naman siya gaanong kalaki. So, pressure or line load. Force per unit length. Now, aside from these pictures that you've seen, itong snow, itong box on top of table, so engineers use distributed loads to account for the self-weight of elements. Engineers use distributed loads to account for the self-weight of elements. For example, if you have a beam, so meron kang beam, let's say simply supported beam. Now, if you are to account the weight of the beam, so the weight of the beam will be illustrated as a uniformly distributed load all throughout its length. Yan. So, since this is a beam, the intensity will be in terms of line load. So, we have, let's say, 10 Newton per meter. So, force per unit length. Now, aside from this, we also use distributed loads to account for environmental loads. So, yun yung nakita natin sa picture kanina. For example, wind and snow. So, yung snow is the picture we've seen in the previous slide. And then wind, let's say for example, you have a wall. So, the wall of the building subjected to a wind pressure. So, distributed yung loading natin dito. Distributed siya. So, we also have this one. So, engineers also use the distributed loadings in the analysis, for example, of ilan ba yung kayang pressure na galing sa snow ng roof na to, no? We also use this distributed loads in ito yung na-mention ko kanina in illustrating or in accounting the weight of the structure itself. So if you have here a slab, so ito yung mga slab ng ating building. So bawat each floor, so meron yung slab. So the weight of the slab could be illustrated as a distributed load. Okay. Ganyan. So this distributed load, meron siyang magnitude and direction. The direction will be depicted by this arrow, no? Yung tip ng arrow. And then yung magnitude naman, yun nga, it could be pressure, in terms of pressure, so Newton per meter square or Pascal, and pwede rin na it could be in terms of line load, or yan yung force per unit length. Okay, so ang concern lang naman natin dito is there a way? Kasi ang mga previous topic natin actually is simplification of a force and couple system, diba? So where we simplified coplanar force system, we also simplified parallel force system, no? So this time, if we have